Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Movement Center and welcome to the Runner Series, where we break down the runner body joint by joint from the foot and ankle all the way to the head so that you can move and run like you mean it. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3, special edition, because it's not really a joint, but runners love this, and talking about this is our shins. So runners get shin splints. We're not going to do a direct video about shin splints because it's a pretty big topic, but we're going to touch on it, okay? So for this, the test for you guys, we're going to do a test, a release, a lengthening technique, and then activation, okay? So for the first test here, we're going to look at wonderful Jessica, and we're going to look at single leg stance, all right? So we're going to go down here like this, single leg. Awesome. And the things you want to look for with this, guys, with this test, is if you are in awesome alignment, so get a bit more of a knee bend. So you're in kind of that mid-runner stance position, and we want to see, is that knee staying directly over that second, third toe? Is it dropping in a little bit? Is that arch flattening? Are we really struggling, kind of shaking like Jess might be right now to hold that knee in place? In which case that arch is really working hard and having to compensate to kind of these shin muscles to work a little bit harder than they have to, right? So you can take a break there. So shin splints or shin issues are often sort of a complicated thin meld of hip stuff, some of these even low back issues happening, knee position, some knee movement, as well as ankles and sort of compensations that are happening. Even the big toe, so you go back and watch episode 1 of the big toe, can affect this stuff too. But as a basis of how to take care of, you got a hot shin, how to open it up, here's what you do. So we're going to grab our balls. Awesome. And our first one here we're going to do is release, just kind of get into releasing these shin muscles. So first thing you're going to do is we have 2 main spots where we get shin splints. So one is on the top of the shin here, so kind of up here. And the other one is down, kind of the inside portion, just off the inside of that shin bone. So if you guys pop down with me, we're going to take a look at how to release these. So the first one, you can take your ball and kind of put it in that fatty portion just to the, if we're looking at our right leg, just to the outside or right side of the shin bone. Right, so kind of it's going to be on there for Jess and on there for Mark. Yeah, you can just mash it like this with your hand. If you're really feeling tough, you can actually get on top of it and kind of saw it back and forth and peel it almost laterally or up and down off the bone, depending how mean you want to be to yourself. And you can open it up like this, right? Working on that for a couple minutes to really warm that up and kind of loosen that, peel that muscle off the bone. The other option is getting into that tib post, which is if you go to that same shin bone, it's on the inside portion of it, right? And for this, you can kind of slide in like this with your ball and kind of beat it up like that. Or same thing, you can sneak on top here if you can kind of tolerate it in that position and kind of rind up and down. That really sucks. So only do that if you're really tough or really or really having a good time. But so you're going along that inside portion of the shin, right? And just doing a really good job of just sawing that thing back and forth and rolling it up and down. Perfect. So that's your release to kind of open this stuff up and control it a little bit, right? So after we've released this muscle and opened it up, the next piece you want to do is stretch out that calf. So this is called the runner stretch because runners can do it on a tree or anything like that. So we're going to use our poster as our tree here, and then we'll stretch with this, and maybe Mark, you can mirror me on the other side here. It's going to be to line up our feet in a staggered stance, just stretching the back leg here, hands up on the wall, and then I'll do this leg, and what you're going to do is keep your heel down on the ground, squeeze your butt, and then just kind of bend the front knee and move it towards the wall, keeping a straight line here with this stretch. The key thing with this is don't let your heel come up. If you feel this in your front ankle, on the front here, some people do, but lower in the ankle, that means you're probably pretty stiff on your right ankle as well, so you got to work around this a little bit. You might go back to episode 2 and look at a bit of a heel pinch with me over there, but you're going to be here and stretch and open this thing up. And you can turn your angle a little bit to kind of hit different parts of the muscle. The muscle runs kind of as a fan, it kind of angles all the way down. Nice calf, buddy. We want to work all these different spots here, okay? So making sure you're kind of opening up all these different areas from the back. You can also bend that back knee and feel that stretch pick up a little bit differently along that side. Good work. All right, so after we've released it, we've lengthened it, now we're going to strengthen this one. So we call this one the Jess calf and shin burner. All right, we've coined it. If you guys are using it, make sure you call it trademark Jess shin and calf and butt burner. So we're going to use, I'm going to demo it first. So a pretty common exercise you can do to start with is put a ball or something pretty thick between your ankles, just above your ankle bones. So Mark can demo this for us. Kind of putting space in between. You're going to see him do a calf raise, holding on to something for support. We'll go a bit more into that, but the change we're going to make, we're going to have Jess demo this, is we're going to put this around the knees, ball in like this, holding that kind of athletic runner stance, right? And you're going to come up into a full calf raise. And once you're up in this position, you're going to externally rotate or rotate your hips out. You should feel that back here as you come down. And then you're going to come back down and back up, okay? So we're going to have Jess demo because it's named after her, right? Right, so she's going to get in that position. Mark, on the other hand, is doing just that normal knee bend, calf raise. And as he comes up in his calf raise, awesome. You can use me for balance. Goes up to his calf raise. He's really working on squeezing that ball to activate that tib post a little bit as he comes up and down. Awesome. You can start with this in sitting even if you have to. Just why don't we come over here and use some balance if you need to. This isn't a balance exercise, guys. It's a strength exercise. Okay? So you can hold on to something if you need to. So you got that between your ankles, a little bit higher. Right there, perfect. She's going to come up into a calf raise. Good. And drive out. Perfect. And I'll mirror her so you guys can see this angle. She's coming up and then driving out her hips into that external rotating position, feeling it right in the buns of steel, right? Awesome. Back in and come back down. That's going to activate our shins, activate our foot muscles, activate the glutes, and making sure everything's stacked in the right way. Okay? So that's your tweak for shins, guys. You can go check out the other episodes too. Remember, this is usually a whole lower extremity issue. You got to work on those restrictions. But it's a quick fix. Try this stuff out. Work on your shins. Stretch that bad boy out. And then, of course, get in and activate that position. All right? If you guys enjoyed this, please go ahead and hit like on that button. We appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We have new videos coming every week. And, of course, move like you mean it. Thanks a lot.